everyone, this is Matthew Brand, and today I'm going to do a little business talk, a little talk on success. Because if you've read a self-help book, a successful book, um, heard a motivational speaker, one of their advice or some of their advice is always to surround yourself with influential or successful people, and you'll become more like them. People who are above you. I think the quote is usually, if you're the richest one of your friends, you need new friends or something along that life. If you're the most successful one of your friends, then you need more friends. That makes sense because, hey, you are birds of a feather flock together. So you make the average income of your five best friends, I think they also say. So people hear this advice, they listen to it, they like it, it makes sense, but then they wonder, where do I find these rich and influential people to hang around? Well, the truth is, they're all around you. They really are. But when people hear that advice, sometimes they think right off the bat, these five people or these people that I have to interact with, I have to interact with all of them at the same time. No, that's not how it works. You can't always find five people who are all rich and all get along together. I mean, really, does it always work that way? No. But you can take the people who are in your lives that do make more money than you. There usually are someone. I mean, they don't have to be millionaires. Just find the people who make more than you. They can be a parent. They can be a cousin. They can be a friend. They can be your boss. Likely it is your boss. Likely as a supervisor. And you get to know them more. Pick their brain. Ask them how they became who they are. What steps you can take. But that's where you run into the second problem. Let's say, for example, you're working at McDonald's. You can befriend the general manager if you're interested in becoming a manager someday yourself. And that will help skyrocket your career at McDonald's. But what if you're working at McDonald's to help pay for college, but you really want to be a cosmetologist? Befriending the person at McDonald's isn't going to hurt if they make more money than you. They can help you with successful advice. However, you're going to want to find successful people that are in your career, your field, what you want to do. Don't give up what you're doing at the moment either. No matter what job you have at that exact moment, you want to do a superb job at it. So never stop learning the exact career field that you're in, even if it's just a job. I made that mistake a couple times and it bit me, but I've always I'm a fast bouncer. I'm a quick study. I came back from that. Don't make that same mistake. If you're in the field, but you feel you may not be enjoying it anymore, don't stop learning about the field, but find other people who are in the other field that you may be interested in, or just pick brains of various fields if you don't know what you're going to be interested in. But it's easy to find people who make more money than you, especially if they're in the field you're not even in yet. You know, if you want to stop what you're doing and go make candies like the lady who makes Ingram's candies in Troy. If you're not from Michigan, you won't know that. But, you know, she was a business lady. She stopped doing big corporate America, and she came back and she opened up a candy company. There's nothing wrong with that. You know, she opened her own little small business. But to do that, you got to get involved with people who are already in that trade so you can learn from them, so you can understand the ins and outs of the business. That's what they mean by surround yourself with successful people. Just pick the brains of people you know who are better at something than you are. It's not hard to find. Everybody is better at something than you are. Usually, here's the problem that holds people back. One, the age. I already said that. The people are usually older than you, so you don't really think of them as being friends. People who are older, they don't have this problem. Wisdom has already taught them that lesson, usually. So this is something that younger people have to get over. They hear this advice. They've gotten motivational speaking and gotten some of this insight early on in their lives instead of being like 30, 40 years old. They got it early on in lives, but now they don't know how to apply it. Whereas in the older people, it's easier for them. That advice was said for someone who already knows that, hey, you can talk to and pick just about anybody's brain. That was the problem. It's not necessarily that the motivational speaker spoke wrongly. It's just that, like, some cookbooks are meant for people who don't know how to cook, and some cookbooks are meant for people who do know how to cook already. They don't want to be talked to like they're dumb or they're ignorant of a simple fact. So they just don't say it so as not to offend their audience. Same thing with the self-help books and stuff. So when you're looking for influential people, like I said, look for someone who's better at something than you do. Don't mind the age. Two, sometimes people mind the age because of um how do you put it? Or I guess this is number three. Sometimes people mind the age because this person is the same age as them. Now, this is especially if this is person is the same sex as you. I notice this is a lot. Girl and girl or guy and guy. They'll find somebody who is the same sex as them and they're doing much better in life. And the problem is there's a comparison level, right? The person who's the same age as you might see you as a future threat, and or you may see them as a rival, so you don't even want to admit the fact that you don't make as much money as them. You need to get over that, and sometimes you can trick them into getting over that. Just pretty much point out, hey, you're not a threat. You're here to learn. You're here to be friends, and the better you do, the better they're going to do because you're coming off as a friend. I never hate when my real true friends, my amigos, my amigas, whenever they're doing good, I'm happy. And it's not because if they get rich, they're just going to toss me $1 million. I don't even think my best of best friends are really going to do that. I really just don't think so. But I know them. I've been with them all my life. If I had $1 million, I know I'd give it to them. It doesn't bother me whatsoever. What's mine is theirs. I trust them. And I want to see them happy and I want to see them successful. So if you prove yourself not to be just acquaintance people don't mind being around, but actually a true, genuine friend, then people will want to give you that advice. But like I said, older people don't mind giving it to the younger people. Younger people don't mind giving it to the older people. But people who are around the same age, like I said, that rivalry kind of connects. So if you want to get advice from someone your same age, which is very helpful because they might know how to do stuff at the age that you're at that other people who are older had to take years and years and years to learn before they can apply it. I'll give you a very good example right now. In the mall that is out by where I live at in Metro Detroit, not where I live at now, but where I used to live, it's 12 Oaks Mall. It's one of the biggest malls in Metro Detroit. One of the two biggest malls. The other being Somerset Collection. 12 Oaks Mall, mostly when I was a teenager, only hired people who were 18. As I was in high school, I looked all over the place. Me and my friends, the best friends that I'm still talking about today, we looked everywhere to find a job. We could not find one. For the life of us, we couldn't find a job because everywhere we looked, you had to be 18 and older. And two, I'm black, and that just made things all the harder because I was staying out kind of in the all white area where they just didn't really want to hire me. That's kind of speaking on that kind of area I was in. But 12 Oaks Mall, it wasn't as bad at the time because Novi is a little more diverse than the area I was actually living at. But that was about as far as I could go away from the area I was living at to get a job. Any farther, and it would have been too far for my parents to drive, and I didn't have a car yet because I didn't have the money to buy one because I didn't have a job. And people fall into that kind of situation. But someone who's your age could probably help you if you were really good friends. They'd be like, hey, I trust you. I don't mind sending you a recommendation. I know where I'm working. They hire people who are our age. They can help you. They know how to do things. They know how to leave a good impression at a young age if they're doing much better than you are. So they know, you got to find people who can help you out. So they're around there, but don't think so much as making 5 rich people your best friends. Think more along the lines of picking the brains of 5 people who are doing things better than you are. Think about that. Think about picking the brains and becoming closer to 5 people who do things better than you are, and those things are stuff that you want to do. Not random things. Not like, let's say you don't want to yo-yo. Don't become someone's friend and keep buying them bottles of wine and taking them out to dinner because you want to learn how to do a around the world with a yo-yo or make the Eiffel Tower. No, if you don't care about that, you don't care about that. Yo-yo is your passion. Hey, knock yourself out. But if you're trying to learn more about business, becoming, successful and all that stuff, you see someone who's where you want to be. And well, like I said, they're around everywhere. They're at your local store, they're at your local job, they're on YouTube, they're online, they're on the internet. Pick their brain. Go ahead. Don't feel bad. Pick their brain. People want to help you. It's just that sometimes people are busy and you have to respect that. That's why you have to become on the friendly side, not just because you want to use them. Really, I mean, it's going to be a reciprocating relationship. You do something for them, they'll do something for you. Nothing in this life is for free. Anyway, that was my advice for the day. Thank you for tuning in, and I'll check you later.